Danny, thank you for talking to us today. What's your first impressions after the training session this morning?
It was a good day, I must really say this. It's always special when you have the first meeting with your team. You meet the players, you have some private conversations to get a feeling, and then you, of course, you prepare, you watch games and you're looking back, but important is on the grass, and today is a lively team. They played with a good intensity. We showed before some clips in the video in which direction we want to go. I think this is also important to understand. I cannot come and I can put 100 principles for me straight in. It's really about the basic things at the moment, and this is what I want to see from my team. And today was a good day. Tomorrow we will have a tactical session, and then we are good prepared for the first away game.
You mentioned in the press conference about changing mentality in terms of going for 90 minutes and being at it for a full 90 minutes. How quickly can something like that happen?
I think I said mindset.
Yeah,
I think the mindset is important. Yeah, I think the mindset, for me, it's that we understand when we overplayed 6 players, then it makes no sense to go back and give them the chance again to come behind the ball. And this mindset should be very soon in, and I know we will have in some minutes of the game again a little bit the old habits, and this is what we have to try again out to bring this out, and this is for me the advantage now. We have a lot of games, and it means we get a lot of feedback, and we should use this, and this is of course what I try, and my mindset is always forward instead backwards. I said this to the journalists as well. I like to score in 10 seconds. And when you go with this mindset to the pitch, then you will have a lot of these actions, hopefully.
Danny, can you tell us a wee bit about your backroom staff, please? Who will you be bringing with you? Who's your assistant and things?
I think I will bring 2 guys with me from Germany. One guy is a little bit assistant coach off the pitch, and the other guy will be the assistant coach on the pitch. And then this is very important, and I made a great experience in Sheffield Wednesday with Chris Powell. I try to bring a former Ranger player with a good background here as well, because for me it's important to take this advantage from a guy who knows away trips, who knows the league, why I should not use this. And this would be perfect setup for me. My goalkeeper coach arrived in the summer. This is also good to take him again. No, I had the feeling straight into to come in this building. Everybody was open-minded, and I think it's also important to understand when you arrived. You have to come with a belief and with a conviction. I think a little bit this mode, we can't win games. Of course it's there. It's difficult to compare, but I took 2 years ago a club over that no wins, it was just 2 points, and everybody said they will relegate. And we could just turn that around, that we give straight the players self-confidence, belief, but also solutions. And hopefully on Thursday the players start to feel, if we go in this direction and we do this and this, it helps us. Because some things it's sometimes easier than too complicated. And if we do this, I'm very convinced that players start to create, I win the ball back, this is good, that helps me play forward, we create a chance, and they see it works. And if you get this soon in the group, then I'm really convinced that the success and the wins will come soon, and not just a one-hit wonder, because it's also important. We are in a club, we need wins in a row, and I said this to my team in the morning. At the moment we have to be the hunter again. We have to hunt all the teams in front of us. If you go with this mindset, then you can really do something special.
Danny, I need to ask you again. You've mentioned you're going to bring 2 and maybe some. Are you able to share any names with us at all?
Not yet.
That's okay, I have to ask.
Of course, I understand this. I have 3, 4 candidates in my mind. I collect the information formations. I think it's also important to have the right puzzle then to the coaching team. But I think at the end we will make a good decision.
Respect that. Just the final one from me. The fan base is so angry and upset at what they've seen. You're coming into such a difficult position. The demands here are one draw, and they won't change. A draw, not a defeat, a draw. How do you cope with that at such a young age? And I know I respect Bayern Munich and Germany, but this is a completely unique scenario for anyone.
Yeah, I think this is important one to understand, and of course when you prepare you for such a big club, you have to understand when you make the commitment for such a club that the demanding will always about winning. What you can do your best version, and you give your best version to the players and to the fans, and to bring the fans straight behind you. It's about winning games, and then we have a good time here together. And of course, when you not lead in Munich, for example, then it's sometimes easier as a assistant coach. You can just observe and you can look. But I had a good situation with some players. We won 4-0 in Rome in a Champions League game, and the four players or the players sat in that changing room and said, "Oh, was not good," and we've won 4-0. And it changed a little bit also my mindset, because it means you can never rust in this business. It means immer you have to go again and again in the next one. And this is with our schedule, of course. You win on Thursday, you have to win on Sunday. You win on Sunday, you have to win on Wednesday. You go on Wednesday, you have to win the next big game. And this is just possible if you have really this mindset that you create a high performance culture. I think this is a crucial thing.
In terms of your the modern game's got so many statistics, video analysis, the sports science. How do you use that? Looking behind the scenes, do you use that as an aid, and then depend on your own football philosophy and what you see on the pitch, or is it a lot more? You depend on the stats to.
I think important is for me that I always look every game by my own back from our side to get really a feeling for this game, to have the story of the game, because this is also part of our meetings, what we prepared. And then it's important to understand your KPIs tell us like this in this direction. Some coaches looking maybe for ball possession, and I look at the end for the results. And I think this is also what I try and I want to bring here, that we are more flexible what we are doing. We have our key principles, what I want to do with this group, but we have to also understand in some moments of the game we have to change and adjust some things to be successful.
Danny, just about your style of play, obviously with your background, can we assume you would be a sort of Red Bull type gegenpressing approach? You mentioned being adaptable. Could you just talk us through what you think that might look like?
I think my belief to control games is for me always about three ways. One way is the pressing and the transition moments, because if you have good pressing, you create self-confidence, you have success. Then you come to the transition moments with counter-pressing and first impulse. And then of course we need the solutions in ball possession. And I think this is for me important, I try to give my players for all these phases tools and solutions. And in some games we need more pressing and counter pressing and transition moments, and in some games we need more ball possession solutions in the final third to create chances. But I have a big influence from the Red Bull way, and this is about sprint, intensity, make the last step, act as a team, as a unit. And then I added in the 2 years in Munich what it means to dominate games with ball possession. And for me it's, I will not look too far away watched the big teams and the successful teams, even in the Europe football, the Champions League winner in the summer. Even these teams play very strong against the ball and don't lose this. And I think this is also the key. We are Rangers. We are a club who wants to dominate games, but we should not forget also to hunt and be collected and be organized as a unit against the ball.
That probably leads on to my last question. In terms of those different challenges, I think it's quite. There's very few clubs I think that have such varying challenges here in terms of the Roma game coming up, for example. Rangers might have 30% of the ball versus Kilmarnock we might have 70% of the ball. Is it about being flexible enough? Because in the recent past, Rangers have done very well in those European style transitional games, but we've struggled more in the possession heavy ones.
I think I have also some ideas in my mind in this direction to understand which games we need, which part of the game. This was what I tried to explain. And I think also the group of players. For some games you need more this type of players and then use it. And I think this is what I will try. I like to create match plans and I like to bring players some ideas very close.
Thank you, boys.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Danny, it's a very easy
Thanks for your
job.
time,
You
Danny.
just need to win every week, and you'll be okay.